back to something for the 40-somethings, or if you this is your first time, where have you been? I'm at Pont Talbot this morning. I'm on a walk run today, which means you walk for a bit, run for a bit, but same 45 minutes, maybe a bit longer today. And I'm introducing now the first in about half a dozen vlogs with my good mate and work colleague Mark Bennett. Mark is a former head of fitness for Welsh Rugby team. He's the current performance director for Bristol Rugby. He's one of the most knowledgeable, experienced, well-read and qualified fellas I know. I've known him a long time, worked with him a long time. He looks like a nightclub bouncer, but don't let looks fool you. And we've been chatting about lots and lots of things. So stay tuned. I'm gonna do this once a week for the next 5 or 6 weeks, and they're only gonna be about 4 or 5 minutes long. And I'll put a little bit more of a blog, written blog, with some links to help. So enjoy Mark Bennett.
For the something for the 40, 50, 60 somethings here that we're talking to, have you got some simple guidelines? You know, I've got to the point of walking, try to do some resistant exercises, the body squat. Where can they go next?
And I think the best exercise is the one you enjoy the most. That's number one, because you'll stick at it.
Yeah.
So there's no point, if you hate weightlifting, don't go to a gym to weightlift, find something else to do. If you hate, long distance running, don't start training for a marathon, go to the gym instead. So number one is to find something you enjoy. Yeah. Number two is to be progressive at it. Is to start at the low level. If you haven't done anything since you were 20, don't jump in with both feet, because number one, you're possibly going to hurt yourself, and then you're going to not want to do it again. And you need to be progressive. Start off with something gentle and push further. So if you want to run, start by walking and increase, and then you could start by maybe after a few weeks of walking, if you're feeling good, walk jog, exactly. And
tell you what, one thing that sort of cut across you, I said that if you're finding you're coping with your walks, a bit like I did for Patagonia, put a backpack on with a couple of with a bit of weight in it. So
and the other thing is then the other thing that's important then is that you're doing that, you're getting a bit of resistance through your body, through your spine. What we know is that our bodies are incredibly clever, and they sense the amount of force going through our body. So our bones know how much force they have to be able to resist. So if we look at the hand bones of a boxer, they'll be big and strong. If we look at the bones of a rugby player in his spine, the chances are he's going to have a big, strong spine, and he's going to have a big, strong pelvis. And then so these things are important. One of the things that happens as we get older is that we lose bone density. Yeah. So by doing things like this, we maintain bone density, and we make ourselves less likely to have fractures and issues.
The body adapts still, doesn't it?
It does. It always adapts, and it even, we know that if you're 75-year-old and you start a resistance training program, you will gain some muscle, and you will improve bone density, and you will improve health. And that's the important thing about realizing about training as well, is that the benefits are almost instantaneous. Yeah. So as long as you're healthy enough to exercise, when you go out and do that walk, you are starting to get health benefits straight away, immediately. Yeah. And the more you do it, and within 3 weeks, things change drastically.
The graph is steep, isn't it, on training?
Yeah, and it's steep to start with, and then unfortunately it plateaus off. Yeah,
it does, and that's where people get discouraged, isn't it? Yeah. But the detraining graph is steeper, isn't it?
It can be, and what we know is that probably the longer you train, the longer those effects are likely to stay with you. So if you go to some high intensity class for 3 weeks and you haven't done anything, you will gain fitness relatively quickly to start with. But then if you stop for 3 weeks, you'll be back to where you started. Okay. If you followed that class for 18 months, 2 years, and you have 3 weeks to go away on holidays, then the impact is less. Yeah. So it's like everything else. The more we put in the bank, the more we can draw out, and soon to ripe, soon to rot.